Hello everyone. Welcome to the second part of our video on the history of Genghis Khan and the foundation of the Mongol Empire. In the first part, we saw how Genghis Khan united the Mongol tribes and how he conquered Central Asia. In this part, we will explore the implications of the Mongol expansion for the world. It's important to pay attention to every detail of this video because the Mongol expansion was an event of great historical significance. It wasn't just a series of territorial conquests, but also an event that shaped the world in profound and lasting ways. The Mongol expansion opened crucial trade routes that facilitated the exchange of goods, technology, and knowledge between the East and the West. This promoted an era of cultural exchange and innovation that had a significant impact on the development of human civilization. So please, like this video. It will help us reach more people and share our knowledge about history. The expansion of the Mongol Empire under the leadership of Genghis Khan and his successors was much more than a series of territorial conquests. It played a profoundly significant role in the global interconnection of civilizations, shaping the history of humanity in deep and lasting ways. This network of Mongol conquests opened crucial trade routes that facilitated the exchange of goods, technology, and knowledge between the East and the West, promoting an era of cultural exchange and innovation. One of the most notable contributions of the Mongol expansion to global interconnection was the dissemination of technological innovations. During their conquests, the Mongols had contact with advanced civilizations such as China and the Khwarezmian Empire and absorbed a range of technological advancements. Gunpowder, one of the most revolutionary inventions in history, was one of these technologies that spread thanks to Mongol conquests. Gunpowder transformed the face of warfare and industry, initiating a revolution that would impact all of humanity. Furthermore, the Mongol expansion facilitated the flow of knowledge. Mongolia became a center of cultural exchange where traders, travelers, and scholars met and shared information. The invention of book printing, originally developed in China, was disseminated through these trade routes. This allowed literature and knowledge to be spread on a much larger scale, contributing to the dissemination of learning and culture. Another area where the Mongols had a profound impact was in metallurgy. They adopted and adapted advanced metallurgical techniques from conquered regions such as Persia and applied this knowledge to their own practices. This resulted in the production of high-quality weapons and armor, as well as the promotion of more advanced metallurgical techniques worldwide. The global interconnection facilitated by the Mongol expansion also had an impact on trade and the economy. The Silk Road, which was already a major trade network, became even more vital, providing a means for the exchange of valuable goods such as silk, spices, and metals between the East and the West. These trade routes not only enriched the civilizations involved, but also created a trade network that linked different parts of the world. In summary, the expansion of the Mongol Empire under Genghis Khan and his successors played a fundamental role in the global interconnection of civilizations. Beyond territorial conquests, the spread of technological innovations, knowledge, literature, and the promotion of trade deeply shaped the history of humanity. The legacy of this era of cultural exchange and innovation continues to be felt in our modern world, highlighting the importance of global interconnection for the progress and development of human society. The contribution of the Mongol Empire to international diplomacy is often an underestimated aspect of its history. Genghis Khan and his successors demonstrated remarkable diplomatic skills that were essential for the effective governance of a vast empire spanning thousands of miles. By establishing diplomatic relations with various nations, they created a network of ambassadors and developed an efficient communication system known as the Yam, which played a crucial role in the administration and cohesion of their empire. Mongol diplomacy was an extension of Genghis Khan's pragmatism. He recognized the need to keep communication channels open with other nations to ensure stability in his vast conquered lands. To achieve this, he established embassies in distant lands and appointed trusted ambassadors to represent the empire. These ambassadors played a vital role in negotiating treaties, gathering information about foreign lands, and promoting trade. The Yam communication system was a marvel of Mongol ingenuity. It consisted of a network of relay stations and horse messengers that allowed for the rapid transmission of messages throughout the empire. These stations were strategically positioned, ensuring that messages could be delivered quickly regardless of the distance. This not only enabled effective communication between different parts of the empire, but also helped maintain cohesion in such a vast territory. Diplomatic relations with other nations also opened doors to trade and cultural exchange along the Silk Road. Mongol trade caravans traveled freely along trade routes, promoting the exchange of goods, knowledge, and ideas between the East and the West. This cultural exchange enriched the lives of the civilizations involved and contributed to the development of more diverse and cosmopolitan societies. In summary, Mongol diplomacy played a crucial role in the administration and cohesion of the Mongol Empire. Genghis Khan and his successors understood the importance of keeping communication channels open with other nations, establishing diplomatic relations, creating a network of ambassadors, and developing an efficient communication system. This not only helped govern a vast empire, but also promoted cultural and commercial exchange that enriched the lives of the civilizations involved, highlighting the importance of diplomacy in global history. The story of Genghis Khan transcends his time and has become a lasting legacy that profoundly influenced later cultures in Mongolia and various parts of Central Asia. The figure of Genghis Khan has evolved into a symbol of resilience, leadership, and conquest, and his story has been celebrated and remembered through epics and myths over the centuries. In Mongolia, Genghis Khan is revered as a national hero and a founding figure of the nation. His courage, determination, and leadership skills are admired and respected to this day. His story is passed down from generation to generation through oral traditions, songs, and epic narratives that highlight his achievements and his impact on Mongol history. Each year in Mongolia, Genghis Khan Day is celebrated as a special occasion to honor his memory and reaffirm his role in Mongol identity. In addition to Mongolia, the influence of Genghis Khan extended to vast regions of Central Asia that were incorporated into the Mongol Empire. His image and his story are celebrated in various festivals, monuments, and artworks in countries such as China, Russia, Kazakhstan, and Turkmenistan, among others. Reverence for Genghis Khan transcends cultural borders and is a testament to his lasting impact. Genghis Khan's influence also manifests in literary and cultural works that portray his life and achievements. His heroic deeds and rise from humble origins to a great leader have been the subject of numerous epic poems, novels, films, and television series. These representations continue to inspire and captivate audiences, perpetuating his memory. In summary, the story of Genghis Khan is not limited to the past, but continues to shape the identity and culture of many regions in Central Asia. His figure is a symbol of resilience, leadership, and conquest, and his influence extends to literary works, cultural celebrations, and the reverence of generations that recognize his enduring contribution to human history. Genghis Khan remains alive in collective memory, reminding us of the transformative impact exceptional leaders can have on history and culture. While the expansion of the Mongol Empire was marked by remarkable conquests and enduring influence, it is equally important to acknowledge its darker side. The military campaigns led by the Mongols often resulted in destruction and suffering for the conquered populations. However, the empire also left a legacy of relatively tolerant administration toward cultural and religious diversity, which helped establish a foundation for peaceful coexistence on a global scale. Mongol conquests were often brutal and devastating. Military campaigns led by Genghis Khan and his successors left a trail of destruction in many conquered lands, causing loss of life and the devastation of entire cities. Mongol tactics were notoriously ruthless, and the expansion of the empire often resulted in suffering for local populations. However, it is important to note that despite the brutality of military campaigns, the Mongol Empire also adopted a surprisingly tolerant approach to cultural and religious diversity. By allowing religious freedom and the coexistence of different ethnic and religious groups within its borders, the Mongols established a model of administration that contrasted with the oppressive rule of many empires of the time. This cultural and religious tolerance fostered an atmosphere where people from different backgrounds could live and thrive together. This was especially evident along the trade routes of the Silk Road, where the exchange of ideas, knowledge, and goods flourished, enriching the civilizations involved. Ultimately, the history of the Mongol Empire is complex and multifaceted. It includes impressive military conquests that inflicted suffering but also left a legacy of cultural and religious tolerance that promoted peaceful coexistence on a global scale. Recognizing these darker aspects is essential for a comprehensive understanding of the empire's impact on human history and the ethical challenges it faced. In summary, the history of Genghis Khan and the foundation of the Mongol Empire represent an extraordinary testament to the human capacity for transformation, expansion, and adaptation. Its legacy continues to play a vital role in the history of Asia and in understanding how civilizations interacted and evolved over centuries, contributing to shaping the world we live in today. It is a rich and multifaceted narrative that encompasses visionary leadership, impressive achievements, and remarkable cultural exchange. The rise of Genghis Khan, from his adversity-filled childhood to his unification of the Mongol tribes, is an inspiring example of determination and exceptional leadership skills. Under his command, the Mongol Empire became the largest contiguous empire in history, a monumental achievement that echoes through the ages. Beyond territorial conquests, the history of the Mongol Empire also highlights the importance of cultural exchange and religious tolerance. Genghis Khan's policies promoted diversity and peaceful coexistence among various cultures and religions within its borders, creating an environment conducive to the exchange of ideas, technology, and trade. The legacy of Genghis Khan and the Mongol Empire continues to inspire scholars and history enthusiasts, as it offers valuable insights into how civilizations develop, evolve, and adapt in response to changes over time. It is a story of visionary leadership that left a lasting impact on human history, and its complexity deserves to be studied and understood in its entirety. Thank you for watching our video on the history of Genghis Khan and the Mongol Empire. We hope you enjoyed it. If you liked this video, please share it with other history enthusiasts. You can do so on social media, your blog, or even via email. Don't forget to subscribe to the Explorador de Historia channel and hit the notification bell to stay updated on upcoming content. Until next time.